Over the course of 20 years plus, our firm has represented many different businesses and individuals who have come to us starting up all kinds of different businesses. It's very interesting, of course, for us because it's exciting when someone comes in and they have the enthusiasm that they're starting a new business and they're going to use their creativity and their energy and their drive to get this business started. But sometimes what they forget is they need to have certain corporate documents in place first. There are different types of companies that can be formed. There's what's called a limited liability corporation, or what is otherwise known as an LLC. There is also a C corporation and also something called an S corporation. Those are some of the different corporate entities. Depending on the particular individual circumstances or the type of business it is, we'll evaluate which one makes sense and we'll draft the appropriate documents based on that type of business. An LLC would have articles of organization and an operating agreement, where the C Corp and the S Corp will have bylaws that will go with the corporation based on that type of company. In any of those scenarios, we're very adamant that a corporation is formed. There's almost no situation where we wouldn't recommend that. And there's reasons for it. First, we want to protect the individual's personal assets from the business assets. It's very important that they are not commingled and they're separated. So if you start a business and for whatever reason it's not successful, then the owner will be able to walk away from that business and not lose any of their personal savings or any of their personal assets. We create this corporate entity to be separate and distinct from their personal assets and their individual situation. The other reason is just simply liability. In the event there's an accident at the business, someone gets hurt, there's a lawsuit, again, we want to make sure that the only defendant in that case is the company itself, and therefore the plaintiff in that case, the person who is injured, can only go after the corporate assets and not the owner's personal assets. Very important things to have established, and it's important to do it at the beginning. Sometimes people wait and they decide, let's do this down the road, maybe I can deal with it later, and it's really not a good way to get started. You want to establish your corporation from day one, have your tax returns prepared by your accountant from day one with a bank account in the name of the corporation. These are some options for individuals who are starting businesses, and we're happy, of course, to help anyone who needs to set up those types of corporations.